Connor. How are you?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Good to see your faces.
You too, instead of just hearing you on the phone. This is Jeffrey, and I'm going to scoot this back so you can see both of our faces. But for everybody just joining, hi, we are Storyteller Overland, and we make Class B RV camper vans here out of Birmingham. And
true story.
Jeffrey is the CEO. I'm the creative director here. And then Connor, do you want to tell everybody who you are?
Yeah, hi Instagram world. I'm Conor Miller. I'm the COO of Zamp Solar here in Bend, Oregon. We build off-grid solar products, if you haven't heard of us. So,
and nobody out there, there's no one left that hasn't heard of Zamp. But it's very modest of you, but yeah, you guys are killing it. You're at the pole position for this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great to hear. We try.
Yeah. So, how's Bend right now?
Bend is great. Bend is great, but don't move here. It's not that great. No.
Just keep everybody out.
Or keep it to ourselves.
The best
we love it.
Yeah.
It's a great place for the foundation of Zamp Solar. Bend, Oregon is a part of our roots. It inspired the outdoors around here, just inspire our product development, inspire our team to live a healthy outdoor lifestyle. So it's really kind of critical part of our culture.
Yeah.
Descend on Bend is like iconic and legendary, right?
Yeah. Awesome event.
Yeah. Definitely. Would you say your team, I was out there once and we went to Smith Rock actually, but we were also along the coast. So I got a little glimpse of what it was like. Would you say you guys tend to be more like when you go outside, are you more like surfing, mountain biking, climbing? What do you guys like to do?
We like to do it all. In fact, there's a bit of a competition of, can you do the trifecta? Can you ski, golf, mountain bike, or kayak all in one day? And everything is so close. We have some world-class outdoor activities just close by, and tons of camping. I mean, I grew up in Bend, fortunate enough, and get to raise a family here in Bend. Mm-hmm. And we camp hard, and there's still just new places to explore that are an hour's drive away. So we're really, really fortunate, and that's why off-grid solar we're passionate about it, based here in Bend.
No kidding.
Plus, it helps that there's like 38 craft breweries too. There's a lot of good beer in Bend.
Yep. We got to visit one. We went to the little hidden. It was like a speakeasy bar. It was really hidden. You had to know it was like the broom closet, I think is what it was called.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah.
That's
that was spot. So cool. We had to know certain people to get in. Yeah. So.
Sure.
Yeah, that was fun. Cool. Do you want to tell, Jeff is going to tell a little bit about how we found you guys, obviously. You're easy to find, but kind of the history of Storyteller and Zamp working together.
No, it's cool. Well, anybody, we say this all the time, and anybody who's tracked along with these Instagram live things with us, they know that it's not just about the journey or the destination. It's always the people you encounter along the way that matter the most. And I think a handful of years back, I mean, I was very familiar with Zamp, the product line and all that, but I had a touch point with your community when I ran across Wes out at Overland Expo West, handful of years back. I don't even remember what year it was, but I think since then, like, I'll just run into Wes out in the highways and byways at random places. He's everywhere. He's been such a great piece of our puzzle ever since. I think in that first encounter out there in Flagstaff, we kind of telegraphed a little bit about where we were heading, what the vision for Storyteller Overland actually was. He instantly, he could have just brushed us off and said, "Oh, you're ridiculous. You sound like everybody else." But I think he took us pretty seriously and lent us his ear to and gave us some credibility. So ever since then it's been Storyteller and Zamp has kind of been inextricably linked, and so we're grateful for that. But when it comes down to the part of just getting to work with really great people, getting to know really great people, all the interaction that we have had with you and with your team there has been stellar from day one. Because when we really got deep in the weeds over what our product development was and some of the unique aspects of our onboard energy system with our in-power system that's powered by Volta, there were some really unique things that had to be taken into consideration that were pretty unconventional, and a lot of the solar arrays out there just couldn't speak the language we needed them to speak, and you guys just stepped up from an engineering standpoint, made it happen, and set us on a path to be able to marry just this massive energy density that we have with a 12 kilowatt battery system, but then to extend our range even farther off grid by a really, really efficient solar panel array. And it's a beautiful marriage of technology and camping and all of those things, but it's felt like a pretty beautiful marriage of your team and ours, just solving some problems together, coming up with value added solutions, and hopefully it's a win for our shared customers.
Yeah, awesome, Jeffrey. So it's great to hear that. I mean, that's really what we're striving for, and that's our unique position, I think, in this market. Is, we built a manufacturing plant in the United States, in Oregon, in Central Oregon of all places, and many said it was a horrible idea. But we're making it happen because we wanted to have the control and the engineering capability to really solve people's problems, and not just look at the suite of cheap import panels and try to cobble them together to get close to the solution, but really be able to build it right from the ground up, design it right, and solve problems. And we don't do that perfectly every time. We're learning as we go, but that's a success when we tackle a new problem, we put the engineering team on it, we solve it, and then everybody's happy. And we get to move on to the next. And so we love the partnerships with manufacturers. We love partnering with customers that have crazy ideas of what they want to DIY on their rig. And, we don't have, there's not enough time in the day to have fun building off-grid systems. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, it's been a smart match and a great relationship for us, as we said already, for all the reasons you announced, because I think the cool thing that you guys benefit from, as well as us, when we go to bat to solve problems and to innovate and to collaborate with our vendor partners like you guys to come up with next level solutions, anticipating the needs of our customers, the cool thing about that is we're not just solving problems, we're creating an opportunity for people to have these next level life altering experiences with their friends and loved ones and families. So the things that we all get to be connected to, like everything that's right out there in your backyard there in Bend, and just you guys being such a hub for the outdoor lifestyle community, you guys test this stuff in real time. And it winds up being life-changing for people. You would think, oh, it's just a bit of technology. It's just a solar panel that wires in like this and feeds a battery system like this, and it fits on a van like this. But, that's all the kind of mechanics of it. But the true lifestyle and benefit of it is that it's connected to some of the coolest stories that a lot of people will ever tell.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives a sense of purpose. I guess that's what we're getting to here, is that it's kind of a shared sense of purpose. It's not just a clock punching kind of job. We get to dream up some pretty neat stuff, partner with folks like you who share that same passion, and then unleash that on the world so they can go do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I can resonate with that. I mean, that's why I'm here. I'm here at Zamp because I just want to help be a part of the solution of getting people outside, take your kids out camping. There's this window in life that we have as parents. I've got three little ones, and you just got to go for it and get your kids outside. My wife and I really committed to having that smell of campfire just ingrained in our kids' brains for the rest of their life. And so the gear to me is just that secondary thing. What gear do you need to empower that, right? what RV setup, what travel trailer, fifth wheel, motorhome. I'm not partial to any. I just tell people, well, buy whatever, spend extravagantly on whatever you think necessary that's going to help get you out there, because that's what's important. And when it comes to power, people want the comforts of home without a noisy generator. They want the storage, and they want maybe to blow dry their hair off a battery setup, and they need solar. And so, from a simple perspective, Zamp is we charge batteries with solar. But from a kind of a mission vision statement, we're here to empower people to thrive off grid. Get outdoors, experience the outdoors, and we're trying to build some systems to help you do that.
Awesome.
We love that mission statement, how succinct it is, because it leads seamlessly into what we're about, helping people to live free, explore endlessly, and tell better stories, right? So it's just that common language that we find that we're speaking with folks like you, who aren't just, again, you're not just developing technology or producing products for people to mindlessly consume. It really is a passion. It really does solve problems. It really does make life better. And that's kind of, we talked about this last week, I think, with John, just that unique space between the art and the science. There's design, and figuring out what the needs are and how they want it to express itself, and what they want to accomplish, and what their goals are. And then in the middle, you design solutions to fit that. I mean, we do that around here every day. You guys do that as well. But if we could talk a little bit about the design side of things, that is a place where you guys really have always seemed to be on the innovating edge. You just thinner, sleeker photovoltaic systems. So tell us a little bit what you guys are dreaming up right now.
Oh yeah, the fun stuff. The skunk works at Zamp. It's just the design comes from need. Like I said, I'm out there camping with my family a lot. A lot of our employees are experiencing the outdoors, and just from applying our products and kicking the tires, we see the endless room for innovation in this space. And by having our own solar manufacturing plant and being able to build product in rapid prototype, then we're not stuck with the confines of the supply chain overseas. Of everyone has the same C-channel aluminum frame that they get from a handful of suppliers. They're getting the same glass, the same cells, the same, the materials for the commercial solar industry that are being repurposed for this off-grid industry. So when we get to blow that up and say, well, what's a frame design that is better for off-grid solar, especially for RV solar, that's what led us down the path to the new Obsidian line, which is people want the sleek. Oh, you got one. Nice.
I'm gonna rep the product here.
Oh.
Wow, this turned into a shameless plug all of a sudden.
This is the QVC moment on the
all right.
But yeah, just getting people the visual, because not everybody has seen how sleek and how thin and how cool this actually is.
Yeah. Jeffrey is not a paid spokesperson, by the
way. You didn't pay us to do this.
Well, I'm a happy tech partner. We're always happy to celebrate the advancements that our tech partners, like yourself, are making, because it makes life better for our community. So it's cool when you guys are not only coming up with leading edge technology, but what's a more, I hate to say stylish, but what's a more thoughtful way of encasing that to make it sleeker, to fit a better form factor, to essentially make it more transparent in the design, but in and of itself, it's high quality, it looks great, feels great, saves on weight. So all the things are important to folks like us.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you're seeing the same thing. So that need was there. I mean, we're taking I think the innovation there was an aerodynamic frame. It needed to be sleek. It needed to be sexy. I mean, we're putting these panels on top of very expensive rigs that people are very passionate about, and and our legacy series is rock solid, and as you know, will stand the test of time. But we knew we could do better. You know, we could get it thinner, smaller, lighter weight, aerodynamic, sexier, sexy solar, which is silly, but it's true. You know, we care. So, you know, we went all black. We've got anodized frame. It's rigid. It's got, you know, we've got patents pending on it, because we're innovating in a space that, because we can, and there's still an endless amount of innovation available here for this. So we're really proud of the Obsidian stuff. We're just scratching the surface of what we're going to be able to do with that new product line. But we do feel like it is the best solar panel by far on the market for this application. You know, the Omni rail around the bottom, you can mount that panel from anywhere along that channel, drop in a T-nut, make that super simple, really versatile, 30% lighter, still the large, you know, 25-year guarantee output, and strength that you get by using a tempered glass over non-glass panels. You get that longevity. So there's just all those things we put into the design parameters, sketch that concept on the whiteboard, and we just said, let's just make it happen. And we did. So we're pumped to get that out. We have so much more though too, because as you can imagine, the beginnings of that new solar panel line translate into a lot of other useful ways to use that product. You know, portable line, leveraging the Obsidian panel, our new charge controller series coming out that really brings a lot of intelligence and smarts into that DC to DC converter. There's really the brains of really optimizing your energy system, and then connecting the interconnectivity to other devices. Bluetooth for sure, because you want to look at your phone and check on the solar and make sure you're getting what you expect. But also RVC and interoperability with other smart devices in the coach, and that's as small as down to your overland rig, and as big to the huge 46-foot motorhomes. So yeah, we're pumped about Obsidian. I can give a little sneak. Not supposed to do this. A little sneak preview.
Shh, we won't tell anybody. It's just us.
Yeah. Little sneak preview. So here's a new concept. If you can see it,
Okay.
this would be leveraging. Let me adjust this.
Now you're going full QVC on us.
So magnetic mount charge controller in a bag, case, Zamp Solar, rugged, utility. Yeah, you just got up your portable.
Oh, wow.
This is lightweight. It's all integrated. Now you just put it away. Stores. So this is a new product line we're coming out with, leveraging the Obsidian panels.
Okay.
In a portable solution.
So what's the wattage on that? Like what's
this guy's outputting close to 50 watts right now. We've got 100 watt, 50 watt, and then they're so small and easy to work with now. It's scalable through multiple panels. Everything's plug and play, click together. You know, we've got series, depending on your charge controller, series or parallel. We're just kind of blowing up what we see out there and figuring out where we can innovate and make that a lot better and easier for the customer. You know, we don't want you going out camping and spending 30 minutes messing around with getting your solar all set up to make sure you're charging your batteries. It should be easy. It should store easy. It should be lightweight.
Well, that's another thing that we've always loved about your product line, because it kind of fits in the design language and kind of product ethos of the way we conceive things. It should just be simple. It should work when you hit the button. If it's going to flex between certain things, it needs to happen very quickly. It doesn't need to require a whole lot of setup or just rigor. It just needs to be fairly intuitive, and it needs to facilitate fun and enjoyment and good experiences out on the road. So we are always grateful when our vendors and tech partners like yourself continue to not rest on your laurels, but actually continue to innovate, continue to come up with cool things that are going to wow the market. And it's made that much deeper and richer, I believe, because we're blessed to get to work with folks like yourself who are authentic in the space. You're not just trying to imagine products for people who are in this lifestyle. You're imagining it from the standpoint of somebody who you yourself are in this lifestyle, enjoying this life, pushing it to the edge with your family. And so anyway, we love how that informs innovation in your company, and it helps to extend the reach for the types of things that we want to exist because we feel like our customers deserve them.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's a long way of saying thank you for staying creative, but you know, it's our business model too. You know, once you get to the point where you're excited to finally fully bake something and release it, you as a company, we as a company are already behind the scenes thinking and dreaming well past that moment so we can continue to wow the next generation and continue to press the mark forward. So thank you for sharing the little sneak peek there.
Yeah, don't tell anybody. It hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, I promise. Secret is
but back to the authentic, I have a funny story. You know, I was the van life scene has become so cool, and like socially acceptable. And I try to remind people like, hey, I was doing that before it was cool and socially acceptable. I was a dirtbag jazz musician living in my air-cooled van again, you know, traveling around when that wasn't like, oh yeah, man, you're doing it. It was more like, you know, friends and family questioning my life choices.
Right. Exactly.
Van down by the river vibes.
Yeah.
And I didn't have these awesome, you know, portable or roof-mounted solar solutions back then. So I mean, that's, you know, we've seen the need for a long time.
But that it planted the seed of the need of like, hey, wouldn't it be great if this thing existed in the future?
Yeah.
So you guys just went ahead and did it.
Yeah. So I have a question. I think we have a lot of van owners out there who will, at least at some point, see this, and also kind of from a person who doesn't know much about solar standpoint. The little sneak preview that you showed is obviously something you'd add to a previous setup or usually would add. So how do you determine like how much you need, and like if you want to add, like when would you want to add more? And how do you determine all that?
Yeah, you know, that's a really common question, and it's always I hate the canned answer of, oh, it depends. But we try to demystify solar and make it as simple as possible. But everyone's power needs are unique. Sorry, I get some phones blown up. Yeah, everyone's power needs are unique, and they might have a single battery system that they're working really hard, and they're going to need to overcome that, especially if it's a lead acid. They're going to need to overcome that with quite a bit of solar. Or they could have a big battery bank, and having a smaller permanent just rooftop system is perfectly adequate. They've got enough power for a cloudy weekend, and they don't have to worry about it. So I think we always get people into these base kits, say, look, you got single battery, you're in a van, maybe it's a group 24 lead acid something. Make sure, get as much solar on the roof as you can, because then that's always going to be working, right? And in vans, you know, we don't have a lot of room to work with. So try to maximize that and get the highest efficiency panel you can up there. If you need to supplement that, adding a portable to the system in what we call kind of a hybrid, where you've got some permanent and you've got a portable, is really the best of both worlds, because then the user can decide if they wanted to pull the portable out of storage and throw it out there or not. Or maybe they're like really parked in a really shady spot and they just want to put the portable out in the sun away from the rig. I mean, that's the best option. For vanners, for sure. I think, you know, I have a travel trailer. My family got a lot bigger, and, you know, 3 kids and a dog. So vanning lifestyle got hard. But since I have the roof space on my travel trailer, I can overcome any of those kind of inefficient solar charging days with a larger solar setup. But I can power my family for a long weekend with 500 watts of solar, a single lithium battery, and we work that system really hard and have never had any power issues. So it does depend. But for van lifers, for sure, get what you can on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on how big of a power user you are, you might need to supplement that with a portable.
Yeah, I can see how the portable would be a game changer because you're not limited to your rooftop at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But storage is important too, right? You're in your van, you're cramming everything you own
That's
typically into there.
That's
and,
true.
And you don't have a ton of space. So that's why we're coming out with some of these innovations to try and make it easier to store and throw in the van.
Okay, cool. I think probably a common misconception out there is that solar does all of the work, whereas usually it's a supplement to whatever power system you already have installed. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, we get kind of the misconception of like, can I run my hair dryer on solar?
Right.
It's like, well, no, we charge the battery. We charge the battery, and then the battery runs appliances, whether they're DC appliances like your cell phone, laptops, that sort of stuff, or fans or LED lights, or if they're AC appliances that are then being converted by the inverter from DC to AC. All that work is pulling off the battery, and we're optimizing recharging that battery as fast and furiously as we can with what solar inputs that we have at our disposal.
Okay, cool. Very, very good.
What other questions have we had come in? Have we had it?
Well, yeah, another one that we had, a lot of people don't understand how to read solar, or they are maybe overwhelmed by words like amp hours and volts and that kind of thing. And so would you say it's actually pretty simple to understand, straightforward? How do you read solar normally?
Yeah, because a lot of terminology is thrown out there. Watts is a common term, and watts is, it's a unit of power, right? It's volts times amps is watts, and that helps kind of quantify. It's usually used in the size of the solar setup, how many watts, or in bigger system, how many kilowatts.
Okay.
So if you have a 500 watt system, like I just threw out a few minutes ago, depending on what voltage that system is at, you can calculate then, how many available amps. And basically it's a way to just quantify that unit of available power. So you could be at a 24 volt system, or you could be at a 12 volt system, single battery or double battery, or, and still 500 watts is 500 watts. That conversion takes care of itself. Amp hours is a common one that is used. Really, it's just it helps us understand the amount of potential current a storage system has, is where we're typically using amp hours. We'll say a battery has 150 amp hours. That would be 1 amp draw on that battery for 150 hours. So it's helps you kind of understand the dimension of power, of the potential power available. And so that's agnostic to the voltage that battery is in, again. So we don't want to overcomplicate all this stuff, but these terminology is thrown out there and is really thrown out there kind of in the sales lingo. And I think for some users, it's helpful to try to understand that. Look it up on Wikipedia just to make sure you're not getting kind of sold the wrong bill of goods. Because I think in solar, companies will be selling solar by the wattage of the panel, which sure it's a good unit of measure, but that doesn't mean that that's a higher wattage panel is a better application for your situation than a lower wattage panel, or vice versa.
Okay. Cool.
I'm a nerd. Did that help at all?
Yes, no, it did.
I
Definitely did.
I felt like I went to like a college level, to get to audit the class there. So thank you for the education, because like from our perspective, we're grateful we have like the wizards that speak that language here. But from a use case perspective, I'm just grateful that all of those riddles get solved. So people like me and my family and so many others like us can just get in, hit the button, and it works. And
Yeah.
it replenishes the power like it's supposed to. So you guys obsessing over details like that, solving riddles like that, and just helping to keep people true and not just get sold on some of the marketing buzzwords, but actually developing useful technology that makes a meaningful improvement to their experience. That's what helps folks like us be able to make life better.
Yeah. Good.
So if somebody wanted to add solar to a mode that they already have solar on, can they buy your products through RV dealerships, or do they go directly through you?
Yeah, we're really trying to break down barriers, access to our product. We have a ton of amazing dealers out there that really understand the product line and can really help.
Okay.
And then there are some dealers out there that maybe don't know a lot of about solar and maybe steer people in the wrong direction. So it's hard to get through that network and find the experts, which is why we spend a lot in building our customer service team. And if you call us, one of our guys will pick up the phone and talk to us, and you can ask any question you want. We'll help steer you in the right direction. Okay. So dealers are great. Integrators, if you need help with installation, absolutely. There's some great ones out there. We love working with AM Solar here on the West Coast. There's a fantastic team. There's a lot of good integrators and upfitters. And then, of course, we're working more with our manufacturers to help them get access to their customers through dealers, through the manufacturer, if that sales channel makes sense. Yes. To make sure they're getting an OEM, quantified and qualified product to the end user, and with that technical support too from the factory.
Okay.
And also
check out our website and call our customer service team, and we'll help you find the right product and the best outlet.
Cool.
And our team is currently working with your team to help streamline that process even more, to be able to help mode lifers and our current mode owners get quicker access to upgrading their panels and their array, because our mode will take up to 600 watts of your panels. So, yeah. And that's feeding a 12 kilowatt battery system. So with that array,
you're good to go.
It'll allow folks to push the limits and go farther and wider than most people can travel. But yeah, even now we're working closely with your team to make that experience that much simpler and more streamlined to get your panels and be able to contact us as well as you guys. So we appreciate the seamless communication.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, I think you are a crazy busy man, and you are gracious and kind to devote some time to spend it online with us in our humble little Instagram live chat here. But one of the things that we always like to do to close these things out, not to put anybody on the spot, but you were kind of leaning in this direction earlier, just about just the shared experiences with your family and all. But if there's a little bit of life philosophy and overland wisdom you would like to share with our storytellers and mode lifers out there, we'd love to give you the chance to do it here. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. We're live, right?
Yeah.
Get outside. I mean, get outside, get in the outdoors, get off the grid, turn the cell phone off, go somewhere where you don't have cell phone coverage. That's even better, unless you're, listening to an Instagram live or watching.
Especially with us.
Yeah.
But
each Wednesday,
just
you want to be on grid long enough to tune in for this.
Yeah. Get those experiences, gather those stories to tell, expose your kids to the outdoors. That's what we're about. I mentioned earlier that window in time for children is kind of small. It's not going to be long to where my oldest is like too cool for school and doesn't want to go camping with mom and dad anymore. And we're doing it as much as we can. And And if you need whatever gear that you need to do that, figure out a way to get it. If you need all the comforts of a 50-foot motorhome, finance it and go camping hard for the next 4 years and then sell it. You know, if you need a big off-grid solar setup to have all the power that you want to get off the grid and be out in the boonies with your family, make it happen. The window is short. You're not going to want to do that forever, and just go for it. And that's my advice. It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's life changing.
Yep.
I love it. So what I'm hearing is stop making excuses and start making decisions to get out there and live the life you want. Right? I love it.
Yeah, the hardest part, you know, for the weekend warriors is a Friday after work. You've said, okay, we're going to go camping this weekend. Many marital disputes have happened at the end of the workday on Friday, getting packed to go camping, right?
Yes.
So whatever rig, setup, gear, tools, storage that you need to lower that barrier to just get on the road, do it. You know?
It's that kind of agility and that kind of just turnkey simplicity that has driven the ethos for the mode designs. So we couldn't agree more. You know,
Awesome.
It's fun to be able to marry those, the daily driver and the weekend warrior and the long range travel full-time van lifer worlds in a single vehicle like we feel like we've done. And you guys are a big piece of that puzzle in helping to give people the confidence to go farther off grid and chase the sun and just not only feed the energy of the batteries, but feed the energy of the soul by going out and just living it.
Yeah.
Just having some fun. So you have been exceedingly gracious with your time. We appreciate it, Connor. We appreciate everything that you guys at Zamp do, not only for us, but with us. Excited to have you guys as tech partners, and our shared customers continue to benefit from this relationship. So we're grateful for that, and look forward to seeing what the future holds.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have some exciting stuff coming out, so we'll let you know when it's available.
Awesome.
Thank you guys. Great partners. We love what you're doing, telling the story and helping people get outdoors. So let's keep this going.
Sounds good. Thanks so
Good deal.
much.
All right. Cheers.
See ya.
All right.